Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of
Making It with the Millionaires.
Today we're here to tell you guys about our birth story. But before we do that, we'd like to take a second to introduce you to the newest member of the Millionaire family.
Oh. He's sleeping.
Jory. Everybody meet Jorio. Hey, Jory.
He's slumped.
He is.
Spin me up.
All right, so that is our baby boy. We're gonna tell you all about his birth story. All right, so I wrote down a couple of notes because it's quite the story. First off, mostly everything about this pregnancy felt different from the very beginning, with me not noticing that I was pregnant. Because my insurance switched after leaving my job, I didn't even get to see a doctor until I was 17 weeks. I do have a high-risk pregnancy because of the fact that I have a disease. Do you remember the name?
Von Willebrand's disease. Let's go. I said that like it's a good thing.
I know. It's not a good But yes, I do have a blood disease that hinders my blood from clotting properly. So what that means is that I need to be under close monitoring for such an instance as pregnancy or delivering a baby, because as you may know, there's a lot of blood involved in the process. Mm-hmm. While I started seeing the doctors at the local community center, I was soon transferred over to Tufts Medical Center in the center of Boston, because they have much more resources available to them if anything were to pop off with my blood disease. And so my care was transferred there very soon after I started even going to the doctors for this pregnancy. With my pregnancy with Jolene, there were some complications. Already because of the blood disease, I was flagged as a high-risk pregnancy. Then I had macrosomia, which means that like she was just extremely big the entire pregnancy. Like, for example, at 7 months, she was already 7 pounds, 8 months, 8 pounds. Like, it was like she was ready to be out, but like I had months to go. And so, yeah, like she was just big. That usually happens when you have diabetes or like gestational diabetes, but I didn't have either of those. Like she just...
I was about to say, like, you have diabetes?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like she just happened to be big. That's the way God made her. And I love her like that.
And your stomach was heavier too.
My stomach was
always
so
had to carry
heavy.
Your stomach to make you feel some sort of relief, because
Yeah.
it was hanging down like
and
a torpedo.
My frame was smaller too. Like I was a lot smaller back then. And so it was a weight to carry. But yes. During that pregnancy, I also had a 3rd-degree laceration, which is a tear, like from your first hole all the way to the muscle, like from your pee-pee hole to the muscle before your butthole. So not fun at all. Do not recommend. And then lastly, we did have a 2-minute shoulder dystocia, meaning that like as we were pushing, she got stuck, her shoulder got stuck. And for 2 minutes, like they were trying to finagle how to get her out of me. Mind you, I had no idea this was happening. They're very quiet, very calm, like, but yeah, like that was a very big concern moving forward into this pregnancy. And so my doctor from the jump was like, we should plan to do a C-section. And I was like, isn't it a little early? Like, why are we talking about this at 20 weeks when, like, I still have another half of this pregnancy to go? So I was just like, that is not my preference. But, like, let's monitor this pregnancy to see if it's necessary. Like, I didn't want to go against the doctors. Like, you know, they went to school, they studied all this stuff to, like, be the doctors. So I didn't want to be the doctor. But, like, I was just like, I think that like it's a little early to tell, so like let's monitor and like see how things go along the way. Like if it comes down to it, sure, but like that's not what I want to plan for. It should have been my second to last appointment before having this baby. I went to talk to the doctor. I first had my non-stress test. They checked, everything was fine. His heart was good, and everything was like moving smoothly. Then my doctor comes into the room and goes, "You're scheduled for an induction this Friday," which was 3 days from that time. So I was stressed. Like, as you guys saw, there was tears. I was just like, "What do you mean?"
And I was eating my kava though. It was good though.
Whatever. But yeah, like, I was really like, oh my gosh, like, I felt really caught off guard, to be honest. We took that time to try and like get ready. After my nerves were calmed down, like, I was just like, okay, like, it's gonna be fine. So they scheduled us for Friday at 8:30 in the morning. But they told us before heading out, make sure that you call.
Well, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. or something like that. We got ready, and then we called around like 7ish, and then they said that they didn't have a room available because I don't know. I guess
Other people were having
I guess
babies.
other people were still pushing or were still taking their time and stuff, and that's not their fault. So made breakfast. And then they did tell me to call back at 11. So we called back at 11. It was the same thing. They're like, well, we still don't have a room available. When we have a room available, we'll call you. And then that's when we went on a side quest because we're like, all right, let's take care of Pierline's teeth because these people are wasting our time. And she didn't want to be in pain, with her teeth, like her tooth hurting, and then trying to push a baby at the same time. And so we decided to go to some dentist, and then they weren't able to see us, but as insurance issues, and as we were leaving that dental office, they called us back. What did they call the labor and care delivery people?
And delivery.
Yeah, they called us back, and they were like, all right, we got a room available, and then you take over.
After they told us they were ready for us, we're just like, but are we ready for you? So we came back home and we ate our soup jumeau because, New Year's, like, as Haitian people, we have our soup jumeau to celebrate our independence. And so we came home, we ate our soup jumeau, we took our time, and we're just like, all right, let's do this. Let's go have a baby. We start driving. We're like 15 minutes into the drive, and then I realized I forgot the baby's bag. So then we had to turn around, try that again, come in, get the baby's bag. And it's not even like we really needed the bag, but I wanted to have his his going home outfit, because the hospital does provide a good amount of stuff that you need for like that first day or two. So yeah, I just wanted to get his going home outfit. So we came back and we got it, and then we went to hospital. We were told to arrive at 1 o'clock, but we ended up arriving at 1:27 p.m. So we get there. My doctor's there. Like, she didn't even like say nothing. Like, she didn't even like acknowledge me. Like, really, she was just like, "Oh, they're here." And like all the doctors were sitting having a conversation, and then they just continued their conversation while I'm standing there, and I'm just like, hello. And then somebody's like, are you here to check in? And I'm just like, yeah. And not even my doctor, another doctor was just like, oh, are you here to check in? And I'm just like, yeah. So then she's like, what's your name? And I'm just like, my doctor's right there. She knows my name. At least she should. But like, yeah, she didn't even like come into the room, nothing. Like, I never saw her ever again after that one instance where she said they're here. But anyways, we get checked in. They bring me to the room, and they make Joelle stay outside, and they're just like, we just want to make sure that you're okay. Like, there's no issues of like domestic violence. Like, I feel like the hospitals are really like women forward. Like, hey, we want to make sure that you're safe, okay? And so like I was just like, yeah. They're like, can we say things to you in front of him? And I'm just like, yeah, like you can do that. He comes in.
Well, I don't remember what happened.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So then we scope out the room. We see that the little cot is going to be really uncomfortable for him. And yeah, we're just like, like, sorry.
I know, I saw it. I was like, hello, darkness, my old friend. You don't know that song?
I don't know that
Oh my
song.
gosh, it's a classic.
We go in, they insert my IV, and they tell me that they want hematology, which are the blood doctors, to come and see me. So hematology comes in and they're just like, ask me some questions about my blood disease and ask me if I've had any flare-ups, anything wrong. And I'm just like, no. And they're just like, all right, we're just gonna draw some blood to like make sure that everything is good to go before we start you on the medicines for the induction. So I'm just like, okay. But then hematology, they're done working. It's a Friday afternoon. Like most of them have gone home. So like,
was it already like 4?
Yeah, by this time it's like 4 o'clock. They're just like, yeah, so like our lab techs have gone home. Like we're not sure if we should proceed or if we should wait till Monday. We're just like, bro, we're already here. Like we already came to have the baby right now. Like no, like I was just like, what do you mean
that whole day would have been a waste?
Yeah. Like I was just like, please, like somebody figure it out. But then around like 6 o'clock, they're just like, you know what, we're all set to proceed. But as you guys know, or may not know, like nurses work from 7 to 7, and so like by the time like after 4:30, like they're just gonna wait till the next shift to start before they do anything. So pretty much from 1:27 to 7:30, we just sat there 6 hours. Like, oh my gosh, most boring 6 hours of my life. Like I was just like, oh my goodness, like what are we waiting for? Like I thought it would go faster. Like I thought we could have the baby that day, and they're just like, nah, you're not having the baby today.
Especially since they're the ones who scheduled us.
Exactly. Like yeah. Anyways, so at 7:30 they get me started on the first medicine, which was to like soften my cervix. So they did a cervical check, and when I tell you guys, like my body was not like trying to have the baby that day. Like they checked me and I was only half a fingertip dilated. Do you see how skinny fingertips are? Like yeah, half a fingertip was how dilated I was. So nothing. And so they put me on the medicine, and with that medicine you get checked every 4 hours. So by 4 hours later, they did another cervical check and I was half a centimeter dilated. And I was just like, oh my gosh, after 4 hours? Okay, so at this point it's like 10:30. They had put me on continuous monitoring too, so like I had an IV running that was attached to me, and I just had to stay in bed mostly. Last time, like I was up about, like we were shooting TikToks, filming reels, like dancing, having a good time. This time I was like stuck to the bed, and I was just like, is this necessary? So I asked the nurse, like, please put me out of my misery. Like I already sat here for 6 hours, and then now y'all tell me I'm tied to the bed. Like it was very sad.
IV was uncomfortable.
Yeah, like it was a mess at first, to be honest. But then she let me off of the continuous monitoring for like an hour. We went on a little field trip, took a tour of the hospital, got to see like the room with the snacks and stuff. That was like honestly the happiest time.
We didn't go that far.
It was down the hall.
You made it seem like it was that far. I was like, huh?
It was down the hall, but like I got
steps.
to use my feet.
Yeah, it was like 30
I got to
steps.
walk around. Like it was truly one of the funnest parts of that day. So then around 11 o'clock, they're just like, all right, we're going to put you on the second dose of this medicine. They inserted a balloon. Okay. So they're just like, the goal of inserting this balloon is to get you to be 3 centimeters dilated by the time this comes out. So they put it in every couple hours, like an hour or two would pass. They'd come and they'd tug on it. It hurts. It hurts. When they would tug, but after the third tug, that thing came out and I was indeed 3 centimeters dilated. So then they started me on the next medicine, which is called Pitocin, to really like soften and help open my cervix. When they did that, the contractions started coming a lot more frequently, but because I wasn't really too much dilated, I wasn't feeling it too bad, and my water wasn't broken, so the baby was still kind of like floating. I was honestly just chatting it up with the nurse. Like at this point, like we're in the wee hours of the nighttime, and I'm bored, like, and I'm just, Joelle's asleep, and every time the nurse comes in, I'm just like chatting it up. So she's watching the monitor, and she's just like, "You're having a contraction right now," and I'm just like, "Oh, I don't even feel it." So like it wasn't that bad at all. But I know from experience from last time, once the water breaks and the baby drops a little bit more towards your cervix, like that's when the pain really does start to like come in. So I was just like, all right, how can I be like strategic about this? Like I was starting to experience some pain depending on the position that I was in. So like there was some ways that I would turn that I would feel it a lot more than when I was like turned in other positions. It got to a point throughout the night, maybe around like 4-ish a.m., like where I couldn't sleep. Like I was starting to really like feel these contractions enough to the point that like I was not getting much sleep. So she told me about this medicine that would just make me a little bit like doozy, so that I could fall asleep. So she gave me that. Wonderful. Took a nap. Woke up. I was just like, all right, what's our next course of action? And so I decided that I was going to first have breakfast because, you know, girl was hungry. You know, we was there for quite some time. So I was going to have some breakfast. After having breakfast, I was going to get the epidural, because once you get the epidural, you cannot have food. Okay? So I was just like, let me be correct. Okay? So breakfast, epidural, break my water. So after they broke my water, that's when I would have felt a gushing amount of pain. But I did it because I already got the epidural. So I was just like, hey, like everything was like smooth. In terms of timestamps, so I had a cervical check at 4:30 in the morning, and I was only 3 centimeters. So this is moving slow. After another 5 hours, they did another cervical check at 9:30 in the morning, right before me having breakfast and getting the epidural and stuff. And I was still just 3 centimeters. That one was the most like disappointing. Like I was just like, it's been 5 hours. How am I still the same thing?
Yeah.
But anyways, I was just like, okay. So I had breakfast. I got the epidural at 10:38 in the morning. Then they broke my water at 11:38 in the morning. Then they decided to grab a peanut ball. So they put the peanut ball, like it's like a ball that's like kind of like this.
Like
they
a peanut.
Oh yeah, like a peanut. Yeah.
Like a peanut shell.
Yes. So they put the peanut ball between my legs and just like had me shift in different directions to kind of just move the baby down. They moved me into 3 different positions, which they put me in for 30 minutes at a time. So in between each time that they would shift me, I would take a little nap, wake up. They're just like, we're going to move you around again. So that was super quick. And right before that, I was like 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. Then at 1:10, they did a cervical check, and I was fully dilated. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, wasn't I just like 4 to 5 centimeters dilated, like at 11? Something. Yeah, around 11 something.
They did say it was going to start moving fast.
Yeah, like they're just like, girl, this part's going to go quick. And within 2 hours, yeah, like once they broke my water, like 2 hours later, fully dilated. And I was shocked because I was just like, did I sleep for longer than I thought? But no, like it moved super quick. And then they're just like, we're going to have you push in 5 minutes. And I was like, Joelle, are you ready?
Yeah, I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah, he was very much ready. You know, I'm the one doing the work.
I just wanted to go home.
So then they had him come over and hold my legs. And what I really loved about this experience is that like the nurse really explained to me how to push correctly. Like I feel like she gave like super clear directions about like pull your legs back, take a deep breath in, push as if you're like curving over your stomach, and bear down. And I was like, can you explain what bear down means? Because like who knows what that means? But like as to like really like push like deep, like I don't know, like as if you're about to like take a dump, but like yeah, like
But without the grunting.
without the grunting, yeah. And so I listened to all her directions, and we started pushing at 115. And baby boy here was born at 127, exactly a day after we got to the hospital. He's so cute. Exactly a day after we got to the hospital at 127, he was born with 12 minutes of pushing, no complications, no tears, like everything I prayed for, everything my doctor didn't believe was possible, came to life. So I'm just so grateful to be entering into this year with our new baby, our new bundle of joy to add on to our family. And yeah, that's this birth story.
I know you're looking forward to holiday pictures.
Yeah, I am. Like, family of 4, excuse me? What?
Oh, man. You love that stuff. Matching pajamas.
Yes, we already bought him his matching pajamas for this Christmas at 2026. We got it a little early. We bought it in like 12 month size. So, yeah, he'll almost be that. So, yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for being my baby. He's a little stinky right now, I'm not gonna lie.
What, he poop?
Yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah, that's all you.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Because I got to head out.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting our family. And we're so excited. Jolene! Come!
She's going to be so happy. Hey, you want to be in a video? Okay. Oh, so happy.
All right. So, introducing our family of 4. He's just like, what's happening? Our family of 4, this is Making It with the Millionaires.
Bye.
Bye.